Welcome back, everyone, to episode 75 of the Three Dudes podcast. Last week, I'm pretty sure I said it was episode 72, and it wasn't. It was 74. So now we're on 75. What we're doing right now, Broden's going to finish before we even know it, but we've all got ices, and they wanted to chug them, and that would be horrible. Broden wanted to chug them. It would have been horrible podcast content, so we're just taking turns. Broden hasn't spoken yet because he just drank his, and now that he's finished his, Liam's probably not going to talk anymore. And we are going to go into Liam chugging this ice. Not terribly excited about it. I can't say I'm either.
It's called Talk and Fuel, okay?
Talk and Fuel. I like that. Little liquid courage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sponsored by Three Dudes.
Maybe it breaks some of the barriers that we haven't broken before, you know?
Yeah. It's like Plessy v. Ferguson.
Get a little dicey on the podcast.
Yeah. God, it should be like a spit take. We should try to get Liam to launch it.
That was a good one. That was damn good, Chuck.
That was good. So you guys maybe talk about a little update since the last time we were here, since I'm the note holder.
So we're filming this on a Monday night. We had some people out of town yesterday. Wasn't, I guess, on their addendum to do a little filming on Sunday, but you know, we're committed and we keep doing this. Snowed a little bit. I almost died today on the way to work. That was pretty cool.
We don't need a weather update, but
well, I that's why I almost died, is because it snowed a little bit.
I'm so glad I left the keys to the podcast in Broden's hand there for a minute while I chugged that, because Liam hung him out to dry. Didn't say a word. He goes, talk.
You just started going for it, and I'm not going to interject.
Yeah, throw some weather in there.
Back to Broden with the weather.
Yeah.
And now Liam with sports.
Big championship game coming up on Sunday.
No. What championship?
AFC, NFC.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I'd count the Super Bowl as a championship, though.
The league championship.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Conference championship.
Listen, I understand that I don't watch sports.
I overreacted. I'm sorry.
No, hey, it's all good, man.
Hey. We don't yell at me.
Yeah, my bad.
Okay.
Speaking of, Super Bowl's leaked. They've seen patterns. Something came out in the news. Confirmed. Leaked.
Yeah, Baltimore versus San Francisco. That's what I saw.
Yeah.
Is that what you saw?
Yeah.
I'm not giving up on my Lions.
Colors of the logo.
Why? I did wear a Lions jersey yesterday for the game.
Amon-Ra?
Yep. Amon-Ra, the sun god. And it would have been crazy to see Packers-Lions in the divisional round, just because that puts the Vikings just bottom of the barrel. See two other teams from the NFC North in the divisional round.
I want to say it's completely confirmed that it's rigged, because Allen had 3 out of 4 receivers open, and he chose none of them.
Yeah. Sometimes you just got to put the team on your back. Maybe the team's too heavy from time to time. And
Not all men were meant to rule nations.
Stephon Diggs literally let a ball go straight through his hands.
Yeah, he did clank a couple of his hands, but not a sports podcast, so
no, we don't really give a shit anyway.
Yeah, we got some comments to start off the top here. So on top of the comments this week.
Oh, did you see the ones?
Yep.
I haven't seen these yet.
You didn't.
So we're starting off right from the top. Jermichael Finley said, not sure if anybody really cares if you do your little podcast or not. And I'm going to throw this one over to Liam to answer Jermichael.
I came across that clip and I saw there were 2 comments sitting on it. And so I opened it up and I saw Jermichael's comment, and I promptly replied to him, "Imagine your parents waiting 9 months to name you Jermichael."
And that is spelled J-E-R and then a regular Michael spelling.
Okay, I just pick Michael or pick Jeremiah. One of them.
I was going to say Jeremy.
Either or.
They got caught like halfway through.
Yeah. Because
what's his name?
He had one grandpa named Michael and one grandpa named Jeremy or
That's
Jeremiah.
what my parents did. Literally.
Yeah, except they at least
but they're
took
my middle
2 names.
Yeah, my grandpa
hyphenated them. They didn't. What? It's Thomas Michael.
Thomas Michael.
At least they didn't go Themichael.
Yeah.
Thomas Jermichael Owens.
Yeah.
Thomas Jermichael.
Yeah.
Liam Thomas Jermichael Owens.
Jermichael. I'm pretty sure Jermichael Finley is a old NFL player.
No, he's an old Sioux hockey player, defenseman.
Is he?
Yeah. No, his first name wasn't Jermichael. Look up Finley, the defenseman for the Sioux. Man, was that guy a plug. Worst defenseman ever.
But I'm pretty sure Jermichael Finley used to play in the NFL.
Jeez. 2'6".
If this is the real Jermichael Finley.
I meant.
It was 6'7",
2.6 inches.
2'6".
He was 6'7", 2'6". It's like, are you saying like the last four of his social?
Yeah.
Yeah. God, what was his name? Do you have his name on there? Yeah, what's his first name? Jay?
I don't have a telescope to
Jay.
read that. I'm sorry.
Joe Finley.
Joe Finley. What a name.
Now look up Jermichael Finley. I'm pretty
Michael
sure.
Finley. That does sound like an NFL player.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
And then Nathan, after you finish banging that keyboard, go ahead and smash that ice.
Oh yeah, you got a
Yeah,
nice
you're up
floating
next.
over there in the old corner.
should we let him
producer's
get
corner.
on camera for a little bit while he does it?
People don't know what he looks like.
Exactly.
Nobody knows what.
Or should we keep it that way?
TikTok lives.
You got to turn that up. We can't hear you.
We did the TikTok lives.
A little bit more.
How about that?
There we go.
I want you to
Perfect.
say TikTok lives again.
TikTok lives.
Yeah,
Okay.
we did do TikTok lives.
Yeah.
TikTok lives.
Been a while.
TikTok fans know what Nate looks like. I couldn't decide between Nate or Nathan. It's like, what's your name?
Jermichael Finley plays for the Green Bay.
Oh wow, he does.
Nice.
Maybe that's who commented. Imagine
Maybe.
Jermichael Finley commented on the post.
What if he replied to me and said, I'm actually an ex-NFL player?
Yeah.
I'd say, name's still dumb.
It's current.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm in the NFL. We're like, why are you trolling us?
Is he current?
Don't you have anything better to do?
Yeah, that's crazy.
If he's current, that's insane. Focus more on the Niners than our podcast, buddy.
right? We also got Alex.
He retired in 2013.
Okay.
Okay.
Told you.
Alex Shaneborn commented on our Lakes episode. Jimmy's owns 7. This is on your talking about how many boats there are. Jimmy's owns 7% of the boats in the U.S. 800,000 boats in the great state of 10,000 lakes.
Who the hell's Jimmy's?
Jimmy's like the people of Minnesota.
Is that what they call them? I thought they were Minnesotans.
They own 7% themselves.
Well, it is Alex Shaneborn, so let's take it with a grain of salt that this fact is accurate.
I don't know. He's got a lot of free time, doesn't he?
He's a patchworker now.
Oh,
Could
is
probably
he?
relate with him, Liam. Kinda. He does some like centrifuge, something or another. I don't know what that is, but
What?
Centrifuge.
Centrifugal force?
Centrifugal force. No, I don't think he does that. That sounds too smart. Something with a fuge.
Do you know what centrifugal force is?
It's a
Yeah, it's something like that black guy with the perm talks about. Neil
Oh.
deGrasse Tyson.
I don't know if
Kinda.
he's got a perm or if he's just black.
Broden, are you on the record saying all black people have perms?
I'm on the record of saying all black people are black.
All right.
Fair, yeah.
I mean,
Can't argue with that.
you really can't. Centrifugal force. Center.
It's when
That's
you spin.
the force of something moving from the inside out.
Yeah. I knew it was something.
Or it might be outside in.
I
When
want to
you
think it's
spin,
one of
you
them. You know,
move
that's
out.
a thing when they have like a mesh table and then they put a really heavy ball in the middle and then they spin a lighter ball and it kind of shows.
That's
You
to
remember
simulate
those
gravity.
little coin
Yeah.
things that used to be in the mall when you drop it down the edge?
Yeah, those are
That's
awesome.
centrifugal force.
And that's just all the one time my parents never had quarters.
Yeah. I would beg.
Yeah, give me a quarter.
Give me money to drop it in this hole.
Yeah, it's
I wanna
It
charity.
was
watch
for,
it
yeah, it's a
spin.
good cause.
Yeah.
Like,
Are
just-
they ever?
Never had a
What
quarter.
those losers that would drop like cash in there?
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd see like
Oh.
$5 bills in there all the
They
time.
put it down the coin slot and it just slides.
That's not centrifugal force.
No, it's gravity.
There you go.
Gravity, it's working.
Arguably how a black hole works.
Gravity?
No, just that
Oh.
in general.
That's like a charity black hole. Those.
Yeah, because you never know where they're really going.
I don't know if they've ever emptied them.
What if it's just homeless people coming in and like snaking them out?
Yeah, what if it just goes to the homeless people underground? Like there's no floor.
Oh, the
Sitting there with
sewer
their hands
people?
cupped
Yeah,
underneath
it
you.
just
what if
drops
the-
into a sewer.
What if that's how the Ninja Turtles are funded?
Yeah,
That's where
King
we
of the
get all
Rat.
pizza money.
Hey,
Yeah.
this is the year of the rat, man.
Is it?
To me.
What
Oh,
do you mean to you? You cutting people off or what?
No, I just thought about rats more this year than previous.
Because you've been in New York so much.
Yeah,
it's only
talked
been
about some rats.
like 3 weeks, so
yeah,
let's
So I
just
think
let's just let this one play out a little bit.
the rats.
The year.
We'll see. We'll see how many rats I run into. Sounds like we got one right there. Trying to debunk my theory here. Super Duper K says everyone here in Minnesota has a boat, even in Minneapolis.
Weird.
So we got some confirmation. That's one of 800,000, and everyone they know.
Probably
puts it at
upwards of 100 people.
100 to 150, I'd say. Rianne Kuhn says, never trust the crosswalk. This is on our New York clip. Had a friend crushed by a taxi while crossing the road. The driver left him on the ground after he hit him and took off.
Damn. I wonder if he was ran over, like speed bump, or if he was just
Bounced off the windshield.
gave a quick light bump. Yeah.
See, when someone says ran over, well, not even
she said crushed.
crushed by a taxi.
Yeah.
I gotta think it's looking like the
Pretty
limbs
bad.
aren't bending how they usually do.
Yeah. His femurs are dust.
Yeah. Like they're like
Crushed.
the arms and legs make the Nazi symbol. You know?
Yeah, I see
you
what
can
you're
picture it.
saying. It's abnormal.
Yeah.
One of the most recent episodes of Grey's Anatomy I just watched, some homeless guy got put in a dump truck,
By a Nazi.
crushed him. Maybe. Crushed him.
Oh yeah.
Crushed him. His femur was stabbed into his collarbone. Gross.
Yeah. Did they save him?
No, you don't save that.
It's Grey's Anatomy. They save everything.
Almost.
There's guys that got a
What kind of
bolt through
quality
his
of
head.
life do we have after he's fixed?
Oh no, he did die. Spoiler alert, he died.
Yeah.
For anyone coming up on season 5, sorry.
Good for him.
Is he gonna survive? Liam
Dead.
read it. He does not survive.
If your femur snaps, you're gonna die.
Yeah. Jonah Lanto said manners are not universal, referring to New York.
True.
Very true. They just seem to not have them, which is crazy because we're raised with manners, and then you just go into the world and some people don't have them.
Yeah, I got flipped off driving home from work the other day.
I'm sorry. That was me.
Really, it was it. I know it wasn't you. Really made me mad, and I really wanted to flip him off back. But I was in the company vehicle, and we've already had a talking to a couple months ago about someone who flipped somebody else off in the company vehicle. Yeah,
No flipping people off in the company truck.
yeah. So or
Hey,
else.
I gotta say the other side of that because I thought
He's like,
that
the reason
saw
I
one of
flipped
my
you
buddies
off.
this week, and I flipped him off
Yeah,
because like black truck F350 wide tires.
Gotta be
I know
him.
what it looked
It's gotta be a
him.
friend.
yeah.
And as he passes, the rims are black and not chrome because he has chromes. And I was like, oh, I just
Flipping off a
Yeah.
random guy.
flipped off a random guy.
I like getting the bird.
So
you know?
happens.
I felt bad. So let's just hope that the guy who flipped you off thought you were somebody else.
He didn't. No, he was pissed at me for some reason. I don't know why.
Liam's
he
like, I
was.
cut him off.
I didn't know. I was in the far left lane, and he was merging onto the highway.
Threw my burrito at his back window.
Yeah, then
Exploded.
he flipped me off for some reason. Weird. Yeah, but no, it was not. I don't know why he flipped me off.
Yeah.
He must have had a bad day.
Some
said-
people suck. That's the motto I go by, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I hope his day got better after that because it ruined mine. It didn't
Really?
ruin it. No, it didn't ruin my day. But I said, man,
makes
It didn't make it better.
Makes you want to nap.
yeah. I said if I was not in this company vehicle right now,
I'd shoot you.
Did you run him down?
I would have followed him home.
There are days like that. Somebody pisses you off.
I would have
and
followed him all the way
you're-
back to his house, and then
Just see where he lives and then drive
confronted
away,
him?
or do you
yeah.
confront?
And well, then I would write on a fake notepad his address, and then I would say I would give him one of these, and then
Just one of the-
he would not be able to sleep for weeks.
Yeah, the neck across.
Yeah, but I really wouldn't do that. I'm a pretty passive guy.
Yeah, I think so. I think it is funny when you get flipped off on the road, though. All right, this week we are talking about Ponzi schemes. One of my favorite things, actually. I just think it's fascinating how people fall for scams and schemes and con artists. That's what we're going to dive into today.
Did one of my little brainstorms give you the
Yeah, when
idea?
you said the stock market.
Oh,
That's
the
what-
biggest
you're going-
Ponzi scheme in the
you're
world.
going Jordan Belfort here.
No, we're going to get into Bernie Madoff, who has the biggest Ponzi scheme. But Liam, so this is exciting about the show. Liam doesn't know what a Ponzi scheme is. So do you want to take a stab at it, a guess, before I read the definition?
Well, now you said it's somehow related to stock market and somehow people pulling wool over other people's eyes. So I'm going to say it's like Saudi Arabian people emailing my grandma saying like, I can't wait to come to America. Send me $500.
Yeah, the old Nigerian prince scam.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
You're on
old
the right track.
$500 tax credit scam.
You hosed me on that.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
You know
Bernie
what? I don't
Ma-
think
more
I
like Benny
hosed you, but-
Madoff over
yeah,
here.
Benny Madoff.
Yeah.
But no, a Ponzi scheme is an investment scam that pays existing investors with the funds collected from new investors. So
So
virtually,
you're trying to pay off a credit card with the credit card, and it never
Yes.
works out.
and it just keeps going. So basically, I say,
It's called
Liam,
fraud.
I can,
It's Social Security.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a tax number.
Mhm.
Basically, I say, Liam, I can take your money and I will double it in 90 days.
Yep. I'm
Oh
sold.
my God, that's amazing. So
Sounds
you give me
good.
your money. I go to Broden and I say the same thing. He gives me 90K. Nathan also gives me 90K. I give the 180K to you. You're like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now to pay off Broden, I got to go get 2 more people.
Mm-hmm.
So I get 2 more people to pay off Broden. Now to pay off Nathan, I got to go get 2 more people. So I get another 180,000 pay off Nathan. And then just the cycle continues. You just keep taking money from new people. You suck in.
And then you take a
and
cut
pay
every
off.
time.
Yeah. And then if you get a little extra, like instead of, if you give me 90 and I need 180 to pay you, maybe the next guy gives me 120. So I'm like, I got 30,000 extra left over here. Right. So yeah, that's how it works. Just never ending. That's a good way to explain it, is just paying.
But
a credit
eventually you
card
got to
with a
tell
credit card.
somebody, hey man, your money's gone.
Eventually the market crashes. That's actually kind of how it goes down, is when the market tightens up, the investors, more than you can pay off, come knocking at your door and say, give me my little.
So if everybody
Skrilla.
all decides to cash out at the same time.
Yep, pretty much. But if the market's great and people are getting their money and you have a steady flow of paying off old investors with new investors, then Bob's your uncle. Greatest scheme on earth.
I like it actually.
Yeah. So that's a Ponzi
Is it
scheme.
illegal now?
I think it always has been illegal. But let's dive into it. Ponzi scheme organizers often promise to invest your money and generate high returns with little to no risk. Oftentimes they don't even invest the money. So they just take it, hand it off over here, and then they just take a cut for themselves. So honestly, it's probably the greatest thing ever.
It doesn't seem illegal. I mean, if I just say, give me your money, I'll make you money, and then go, yeah, it didn't do so well.
Yeah. But I mean, there's probably few people that could take it in the shorts, Say, you're the one that didn't work.
Yeah. I mean, you'd hope that you're cutting off someone who is a little more financially well off.
Yeah. You're taking like Melissa, mom of 3,
Yeah.
single mom.
I know
Definitely
I
take
know
her
you really
money.
need this to hit, so give me all of your money and I'll double it for you.
Yeah. Those are
Sorry.
the people you want to pay off.
Yeah. You'd prefer to.
There's a good documentary on Netflix, the Bernie Madoff documentary. I haven't finished it yet, but I did start it. The origin of the name. You want to take a stab at the origin?
Ponzi sounds Italian,
Yep.
so I'd say it has to be mafia related somehow. And it was Ponzi Costanzo that originated with it, and he said,
Give me your money.
give me a little bit of that.
Yeah. Give me 12 baguettes and
Give
I
me-
will give you
yeah.
24.
Yeah. Baguette is
Intended.
French.
They're the same to me.
Fair. Yeah.
If you think about it though, really.
What's the difference
One-
between France and Italy?
One revolted.
Gangs and mafia. I don't know. Italians, they seem a little.
Paperboy hats.
I don't know. French
maybe?
people are terrible people too.
How many French people have you met?
Thankfully,
Couple.
none.
I met. Well, I know one French Canadian. Couple French Canadians, I think.
Not French.
I don't
though.
know if I've met a
Yeah.
full French person.
Me either.
I know someone who used to
I'm not
speak.
trying
well,
to.
not used to. They speak French.
They gave it up.
No,
Trying
they-
to quit French.
Yeah,
and then
trying
they-
to, I'm good
yeah,
on that.
Yeah.
They just can't stop
Went
doing
cold
it.
turkey. Stop
Yeah.
talking.
No, that was one of the coolest things. Is they would get on the phone with their parents and just immediately like start. That was their household
Yeah.
thing. Is they spoke French to each other.
Je m'appelle.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And
Oh,
just
man.
and just hearing that whole thing, I'm like, that's cool.
I know
France,
who you're talking about.
France has a sexy language. I'm not going to lie.
What?
It's
Dude, French.
Sounds like they got peanut butter in their mouth. It doesn't sound great at all.
Je m'appelle du pipila. Himba hingo.
see
That's getting
okay.
a little-
Well, when you do it, it's not quite
getting a
as
little
sexy as
But-
someone who's
Yeah.
trying to. Yeah,
But you get the gist.
I understand what you're saying.
Like,
yeah.
imagine I had long blonde hair and like a mime
and not a
costume on.
dick.
That's what French people wear, right?
What?
They dress as mimes.
Yeah, mostly.
Yeah, not a fan. Not liking it so far.
Of mimes or French accents? For accents.
Are the mimes French?
I think all mimes are French.
Then no.
I think if just about any accent was whispered into my ear, I would melt.
I disagree.
Really? Okay, not German.
Minnesota.
Just gonna say.
I was
thinking in
definitely
my
not
head. I'm
German.
thinking of like, how do I do a German accent? Because I'm really bad at these accent things. I'm
A
gonna
Canadian
try it.
one.
Yeah. No, I'm going.
Hey, bud.
I'm saying
you wanna go out back and have.
I'm gonna knock
Australian
your socks
syrup.
off, bud.
Yeah, nah, that's not it.
Yeah.
Definitely not it. Not when you can't. You guys can't do it.
Hey, Mima.
Yeah, nice
That's,
southern.
yeah.
Not like Southern-
Whispers do get it a little sexy.
See,
like,
whispers like right here, right in the ear.
hey, Mima.
I think it's just somebody whispering in your ear.
You want to go
That
down
too.
to the
I think-
cricket?
but a little added accent to it is like, you're not from here.
What's the best?
You ain't from around here.
You don't know me, do you?
Yeah. You just got an accent, don't you? You just,
Yeah.
you're something. I'll
What's
tell
like
you
the
what.
best accent that you can do?
Hit me with one. See, and I'm. It's not going to be good.
Norwegian,
Oh,
What?
I don't even know.
Yeah, what accent? is-
British.
Yeah, that's easy. Easy enough.
Man, I don't even.
Do I make you randy, baby? Do I?
Do I make you horny, baby? No, I got to go back and watch those movies, dude.
Fuck me, no fuck you.
Dude, Austin Powers has to be the greatest collection of movies.
I do like a good Austin Powers movie. But yeah, diving back into this, the scheme is named after Charles Ponzi, who's not a part of the Italian mob.
Yeah.
He was just
I was pretty close though with Costanzo. I think
Yeah,
I think
that's-
Charles is the American version of Costanzo.
yeah, I do. And then it gets to Chuck, like the southern version of Charles.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do like fuck, I was gonna
Did
say
you hear
something.
that?
I forgot.
Mhm.
This.
Yeah, that sounded like a horn. That sounded like you hit a horn on the sound bar.
It's clown noise. He was just kind of a nobody dishwasher. He had jobs as like he worked in a restaurant, was up to nothing.
Yeah.
And then he became infamous for using his technique in the 20th century. So 1900s, probably around
Genius.
I think 1900s, like 1900 to 1920, a 20-year period.
I'd say 1900 to 1930 is the most gullible period of time.
Oh
for
man,
people.
you could get
Yeah.
away with anything because you could go 50 miles away and just be like, "Yeah, my name's not Easton anymore. I'm actually Jimmy."
Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah,
That's a great movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome movie.
Yeah.
But perfect example.
You could just rip people. I think I'd be better off in that time.
Everyone, yeah.
Who doesn't want to be a snake oil salesman?
unless
Like back then. Right now, not good at all.
there's a song, really good song.
If it hadn't been for Cotton Eye Joe, he was a snake oil
Close.
salesman, right?
No, I'm thinking of something in the wind. Give me a second.
Something in the wind. The Batman
it's
theme.
coming in the air tonight.
Oh, Phil Collins.
Yeah.
It's we don't need no education.
Oh, another brick in the wall.
Yeah.
Little Pink Floyd action. Something in the wind.
It's that Enya song.
It's only time, or only time.
Only Time, that's what it is, yeah. Little Enya. I like a good Enya. Thanks, Carter Anderson, for getting me into Enya. How cool would it be to have like a whole entire scheme named after you? Ponzi scheme. All off your last name.
See, now
What
you're,
would be the
now you're
Wonderlic-
digging ditches I can get in. Like
What would be the Wonderlic scheme?
The
An
Wonderlic
NFL
scheme?
test?
the NFL test.
To test knowledge of black
The
athletes?
Wonderlic scheme. It would be something to do with, like a training program that would like turn you into like semi superhuman, but then reality you just got cancer really quick.
You'd give out cancer? Is that what you're saying? This
No,
scheme would
I'd
be?
give out
Where are
superhuman
your-
tests, and if you don't pass, you probably will end up with cancer. But they know that going into it, and they still give me $50K. That's my quote. I
my
charge
rate.
them $50K. They have to give it to me, even if they get cancer.
So it's $50K to say, I'll test you to see if you got superpowers.
And I'll say, yeah, like chances are you might get cancer, but there is a chance you could end up superhuman.
I think you could get some of those people that let their pants hang past their heels. I think those people would sign up for that.
So meth guys
or girls.
Yeah, but those people crackheads already have superpowers.
So that's where you lose your money. But you get $50K to tell them they have superpowers, and they're the ones that believe you.
Boom. Yeah. The whole time I'm just injecting them with like iodine or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. They consented to it on the papers.
So I'd inject them with like food coloring, turn them a different color, green. So then I'm like, you're the Hulk.
You're halfway to Hulk.
Yeah.
Dude, you got the color. You just got to get really strong.
Yeah. Now my recommendation.
You can't lift weights anymore, man. You've got leukemia.
That's why your name's Luke. So Charles Ponzi. He was an Italian swindler and con artist. 1903, Ponzi arrived in Boston aboard the SS Vancouver, and he later told the New York Times that he gambled away most of his money on the voyage to America.
How do you do that?
Sounds like my kind of. I'll tell you how he does
Big
that.
time craps table.
Yeah, they just got everything you could ever account for.
Yeah, Keno machine.
1903. That's They had gambling
definitely
on cruises
had Keno back then.
in 1903. That's interesting. But
when was the first Keno machine?
Did
Nathan?
the Titanic have a freaking blackjack table?
Had to have at least like a poker or like maybe a slapjack. I don't know what they did.
A war table.
Yeah. Isn't that what's that circus stuff like that?
The cards were like iceberg, ship, slap them down, war. Yeah, dumb joke, stupid, fuck.
Sorry, I was gonna laugh. I was trying to burp.
It's okay. 1919, Ponzi started a scheme which promised clients a 50% profit within 45 days, or 100% in 90 days. By buying discounted postal reply coupons in other countries and redeeming them at face value in the United States.
Welcome back to the Two Dudes podcast, everyone.
Two Dudes podcast, everybody.
I'm trying to find the song.
It's
dude.
okay.
Dude, we have a guy that does that. He's sitting right there.
Yeah. It's not important, man.
It's really important to me now because I'm really bummed that I can't.
Well, it's more important to our audience to hear three people on the show.
They come here for you, and you come here for them.
Look up.
Don't tell them anything that you looked up because you couldn't find it.
Go through my search history and don't type any of the same words.
Song about snake oil salesman dead.
Dead snake oil salesman. Are you sure snake oil salesman is in the lyrics?
Yes.
Would it strike you as a blues song?
Kind of.
Is it an old song?
It's a bluegrass style.
Oh man, the only song I could think of is the Steel Woods "Straw in the Wind."
That's it. That's it, dude. Yes, that's it.
We just see you use your resources instead of that shit thing that has no
Whatever
answers
that
on
is, I'm way smarter than that.
it. Yeah.
Holy
Now he's
shit.
like, I gotta pull it up now. See, just ask for help, man. It's like a phone a friend.
I can't wait to tell Josh about that one. Wow.
You had a phone a friend. Oh, we don't want to get copyright
You can't.
here,
No,
but-
don't do that. Make sure I can hear it.
Mute Liam.
Don't. No.
Is it make sure I can hear?
No, make sure I can't hear it. We don't want to get copyright.
Yeah.
Dude, we don't own those. We don't own that song.
They're cool people.
Yeah, I do this. I own this.
This is a really, really cool song. If you want to link it into the episode somehow, really,
Well, they
really
got the
cool
name.
song.
We could just-
no.
"Straw in the Wind" by
No free clout on this podcast.
No free
Good
ads.
song. I'm not going to gatekeep.
We're gonna bleep out when I say the song name.
And he's gonna freak out. Yes. All right. Clarence Barron, financial analyst who did the numbers, noted that to cover the investments, 160 million postal reply coupons would need to be in circulation. How many do you think Ponzi actually had in circulation?
5.
160 million.
He claimed 160 million.
That's how many he actually would have needed for this Ponzi scheme to work.
I'm going to say 500.
I'm gonna say 2.
27,000. So you're both in there.
Whoa.
Yeah. I mean, that's still a fraction of 160 million.
It is. I mean, anything's a fraction of 160 million.
Yeah.
It's true.
But in
Could
the
be a
terms
mixed
that you're
number.
saying, yeah.
It would be a mixed
Could even
number.
be, yeah.
Yeah.
Irregular fraction, maybe.
170 million. It's like 1.1 and a lot.
Yeah.
What were you doing this for? Did you have something to say?
No.
Okay. Did I spill on myself?
I don't think so.
Okay. Keep your finger down then.
Let's just keep that thing.
Point that damn thing at me.
Keep that thing holstered for the rest of the episode.
Yeah,
Huh?
if you could just put that in your pocket, that'd be great. Ponzi was eventually deported to Italy, where he tried to start his life over, even getting involved in other schemes.
Hang on. He went where?
Italy.
Exactly.
Did you miss the part where I said
An Italian.
swindler and con artist?
Dude,
Probably
well, yeah.
looking up strong
Dude, I'm
man.
right.
Yeah.
All right.
I was going to
Yep.
say something about that, but I was just waiting for you to be done.
And now here we are with the finger.
I don't even know where we're at.
But yeah, I think once a con artist, always a con artist.
Oh, yeah.
You don't
You
think
guys-
people can change?
No.
You don't think people can used to
Hard.
be pieces of shit?
Yeah.
Tough.
He sure didn't change. I think some people can change.
Some.
Like if you stop slicking back your hair,
Mm-hmm.
white jeans, you gotta stop wearing
Putting
those.
half a pound of pomade in there.
Live for New
Yeah.
Year's.
Yeah. Don't dump water all over your steaks.
Yep.
Yeah. Sloppy steaks, they're called.
Uh,
Do you think, what was the question I just asked? It was a really important one. Oh, yeah. Are you guys like fans of con artists?
no.
No, what?
What?
No, like,
hey, you
don't
guys,
you think they're fascinating?
You guys fans of Hitler?
Well, no, I'm just, well, that's much different.
He got shit done, dude.
Yeah, he's doing more than
Can't
just
take
swindling
that away
people.
from him, yeah.
He definitely swindled people. He
Swindled
swindled an
people.
entire country
Yeah.
into thinking a race was bad,
Yeah, that's
like a sack of oranges.
Hey, speaking of that, I'm not entirely accurate on the company. Let's say it's Bayer, whatever.
It is
that-
Bayer aspirin.
Yeah, Bayer Aspen. Yeah, so Bayer Aspen, when they first started,
Are you talking about the paint company?
No,
no, Bayer.
Oh.
Bayer,
Okay.
they got a hold of Hitler and they said, hey, we need 100 women?
Jews?
Or
Oh,
100.
They asked for a few thousand women
Yeah, they asked for
to test their shit out
Yeah.
and kill them all, and
yeah,
then asked for a
killed
few
them all
thousand
and
more.
then asked for more. And
Worked great. Can we have a couple?
And that's how, yeah,
Serious.
went good. Let's
Yeah.
get some more over.
Let's just double check.
Killed them all in
Like a few months.
And it was
in-
aspirin?
in building. I
Well,
don't
they
know.
were just testing medicine and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, insane.
Yeah. They're like, hey, pretend to be a virus. And then they gave him the pill. It's like, hey, we got it. Kills viruses.
Pretty good.
No, I'm just saying, like, con artists. I watch a show, and a big recommendation, if you guys have never seen it, watch the show White Collar.
Yeah. Good show. I used to watch it when it was on TV.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's about this guy named Neil Caffrey, and he is an art thief and a con artist, but he is also an informant for the FBI. So while he's like informing the FBI or the police department or whatever, he's like, yeah, let's go on this job. And then while he's doing that, he'll steal a painting while they're on the job or something. And it's really cool. Makes that
Does the
con artist
FBI
life
know
seem
about
cool. I think they semi do. They're like, he's connected somehow. It's like a watered
But
down
he's
version
too
of the
valuable.
Blacklist. Yeah. But I like it. You like the movie Catch Me If You Can. It's just like that. You kind of admire those people, you know?
Yeah. What's that new one that came out with The Rock and
Red Notice
is that it?
with The Rock and Ryan Reynolds and what's her name? The Wonder Gal Gadot. Gadot.
Gal Gadot.
Gia Geldo.
That's a Gil.
What?
Listen, I'm in shambles right
Speaking
now.
of
all right?
Gil-
You made me slam 2 ices tonight on an almost
Hey.
empty stomach.
You guys ever seen Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
What's the guy's name? Gale. Remember the scientist? I've been trying to think of his last name for like a week and a half. Can't get to the bottom of it.
No.
I wish I had this thing in my pocket.
Do
that
we
could
have
tell me.
do we have a producer that would be willing to look that up? for
Breaking
us?
Bad, Gale.
Gale, because it's also Daniel Hardman in Suits. Same guy. But
Oh, that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's the weirdest looking little dude ever.
Yeah. Yeah, I need his last name. I know what he looks like.
You're right.
Yeah. Right? He is a goofy little fucker. Nathan, last name. Does he have a last name on the show?
Character's last name.
Oh, it's Gail Boetcher.
Bosher?
Boucher.
Bobby's brother? Might be.
It's gotta be.
All right, so let's go into Bernie Madoff. You guys familiar with that whole investment scam?
I've heard his name so many times, but I could not tell you exactly what he did. I knew he was a con
Really?
guy, but like I've heard about him so much, but not exactly what he did.
Yeah. So he basically was this super prominent figure in like New York in the stock market game. Very well known, like everybody trusted him. And he did exactly what Charles Ponzi did, minus the postal reply coupons or whatever they were called. He basically did it with stocks. So he would say, hey, give me $50,000 and I'll turn it into $100,000 in 45 days. And then you'd go take your money and do the same thing, except it was stock market. And then he just never invested the money. And he had like a whole company, a whole team that was doing like real stock market stuff. It's like, oh, this team does market analysis.
So it was a front.
Yeah, exactly. And then he just didn't invest anything. I mean, he might have invested a little bit, but he just didn't invest all the money.
So what you really wanted to do was be the first guy that he asked because you knew you were going to get your money. Because he had to go ask somebody else to give you your money.
Honestly, yeah. You need to be early in the Ponzi scheme. You don't want to be like, hey, we'll get your money in 180 days.
Ponzi founder.
It's like, yeah, well, the FBI's at your door. Am I really going to get that money?
Is he still alive, Bernie Madoff?
He is not. He died in 2021 at the age of 82, I believe.
Respect.
So his whole scheme was based on a split strike conversion strategy. Basically, I found an analogy to compare this to buying cereal because it talks
Something
about
stupid enough for me and him to understand.
Yeah, stupid enough for me to understand when I was reading it. So basically, the intricate terms are he buys a blue chip and then he sells it with options to cover his hedge, all this different stuff. So basically, what he does, it's like buying cereal on sale and then making a deal with the grocery store that if the price drops of the cereal, so if he buys it on sale for $2 and it drops to $1, he can return it, or if it expires, he can also return it and get his money back. And then he also has another deal on the other end with his neighbor that if this deal hits $3, I'll sell all of it to you. So let's say the cereal is worth $4, right? It's on sale for $2. He makes a deal with the grocery store that if it goes below $2 or expires, I can give it back. And if it hits $3, all of it goes to my neighbor. So it's really a win-win, right? You can't lose money. So that's what he was pitching people that he was doing. And he just was not doing that. Instead, he was just keeping the money. Sorry, that ice is really getting
Dude,
me.
What a jerk.
I was having a tough time follow that.
Really? I thought that was the best way I could simplify it. Did you understand it?
Not entirely. So he buys this cereal on sale from the market, and if it
So I'll explain.
he returns it back to him for even price. So he basically does not lose.
Correct. So it's like,
So he either
Box of
makes
cereal.
a buck off his neighbor or gets his money back from the grocery store.
or it breaks even.
All right, now I get it.
So yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
All right,
he
I'm
can't lose
following.
money. That's basically what it is. In very simple, stupid three dudes terms. There's a bunch of call options, put options, blue chip stocks, non-blue chip stocks that he's doing it with. But that's for the gullible suckers to fall for.
How interested are you in the stock market?
Me?
Yeah.
Not
Like,
very.
do you follow it? Do you
No.
personal, or do you just have somebody do it for you?
I just have a Roth and just
Have somebody do it for you?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's pretty much just buying the S&P 500, which is the top 500 companies
Isn't that? Oh, it's not a NASCAR
in America.
race.
No, that's used to be.
Oh,
and then
okay.
they were like, can't have the same name for also our stocks. That's the Daytona 500.
There's got to be a couple more.
Yeah, you would know
Why would I know?
because you were at one.
What?
The Daytona 500?
It's in
was it-
Florida.
Or was it the
The Indy 500.
Indy 500?
I think I did go to the Indy.
Is it called
Was
the
that
Indy
just
500?
a Hail Mary?
Yeah.
you threw at me?
It was a yes and. It's like Liam's been to the Daytona 500 and see what you went with.
I'm
And
pretty
apparently
sure-
you've been to one of
I
them.
think I'm pretty.
Wait,
I
is the
think
Indy
I have
500 a
been to it.
race, or what is
Yeah.
it called?
Yeah, it's the Indianapolis Speedway.
Yeah.
There, Ricky Bobby was there.
I'm pretty sure I went to that when I was a young lad.
Yeah, I brought you.
Yeah,
You didn't follow anything that we just said.
15 years before we were friends.
You
It
could have
took me there.
stared a hole through concrete right there.
He's
After-
playing Clash of Clans. Let him be.
I'm in a poker tournament right now.
real
That's
fun.
fine. We're not making TV or nothing.
Real making TV is the funniest.
Our producer's fired on the spot. All right. So Madoff did not execute any significant trading. Instead, he generated false trading reports, all those teams and floors of people that he had, to show shady returns regardless of market conditions. Scheme lasted for several decades, starting in the 90s and maybe even earlier. The total amount of investors' principal loss was estimated to be $18 billion. And on paper, he said
Wow.
the profits were $65 billion.
That he personally made?
The fabricated papers he was making were $65 billion that his investors were making. While he lost $18 billion for all those people.
How much did he make personally? Do you have that on there?
I don't, but it'd be a great question for Phil Ivey over there.
Daniel Negreanu.
Yeah. Poker kid.
What's the dude's name?
Bernie Madoff.
Holy shit, man.
Dude, at what point do you think your anxiety and does your ass start to pucker up that you're managing
64 billion.
He made 64 billion. Goddamn.
Personally?
Yeah, I guess 65. Maybe that's what he said. 65.
64 billion. That like puts.
He was
banging Warren Buffett in the bum, dude. Like that's an insane amount of money to make off scams.
Yeah. What were they doing at work?
You just heard it.
They said it was the most prolific financial crime in American history.
Oh, 100%.
$65 billion.
That's insane.
Dude, he said
when
150-year sentence.
Yeah, but like when did he get caught?
2009.
2000, yeah. So I got the discovery and the collapse right here. Scheme unraveled during the financial crisis in 2008 when a significant number.
A picture of this guy?
He's a pudwhacker. When a significant number of investors, you'll know exactly what I mean when I show you.
Oh, what?
Why is George Washington?
Holy crap!
He just looks like he loves watching the Yankees.
Yeah, and like maybe dabbles in a hot dog, but
yeah.
Good heavens.
Pudwhacker is very accurate, actually. What a
kind of fits, right? It doesn't. It's like I don't know what that means, but it makes sense. One of those. So December 2008, Madoff confessed to his sons that his business was a giant Ponzi scheme and that it's all a big lie. His sons reported to the authorities and he was arrested.
Whoa!
Oh man, you failed as a dad.
That's insane.
There's no way. I think my dad, if he admitted to me that he killed 50 million people, still no way I'm telling the cops.
No.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you guys. Could you guys turn your dad in?
Absolutely not.
For what, dude? If my dad made all that money and I was sitting high on the hog,
they worked at the company and they thought they were doing real work. That's what they were upset about, I think.
were they getting tons of money?
Holy shit.
Then who cares?
They all because their work was fake and they were still making probably millions a year and they still turned their...
So they sought legal advice to talk to their lawyers and they felt a moral obligation to turn their father.
I think the moral obligation is your dad is like the original ride or die homie.
Yeah. I understand
you know what I mean?
bearing the weight of some guilt for Ponziing a lot of people, but that's your pops, dude.
You didn't know.
Yeah, you had no idea.
And no, if it was me, I'd just be like, if I really felt that bad about it, I'd be like, all right, I'd be like, Dad, you should quit. Say that the company fell through, but I'm leaving. I ain't going to turn you in, but you should stop.
Yeah, I think you could, unless they were like legally worried that if they knew and they didn't turn them in, they were also going to prison. Would you save your own ass to not go to prison?
Not for my dad.
I wouldn't either. If my dad's going to prison,
I'll go with him.
Yeah. You would?
I'll go with him if I have to. I ain't going to sell him out.
I would.
You'd sell him out?
We just talked about this last week, dude. That's the homie. Like, that's my dad.
Yeah.
If I'm locked up in prison with my dad, kind of tight.
But no guarantees you're fucking sellies.
Could request it.
Yeah.
And then you start another one in prison.
Yeah, it would.
Another Ponzi, a smoke scheme.
Probably,
Exactly.
yeah. Someone
A little cantina scheme.
All right, fair. All right, so here's gonna be the skit of the week then.
Oh,
Wait, right now?
Yep.
Oh, man.
You are Bernie Madoff's son.
Oh, fuck.
And you're Bernie Madoff. And this is the conversation that you guys are having. Broden is breaking it to his son. The FBI is kind of on the doorstep. You know, they haven't arrested you yet, but it's starting to go. Investors
How old is Bernie Madoff at this time?
He is probably 60.
So
Okay.
I'm like
50
30.
to 60. You're probably 30-ish, yeah.
Okay, that changes things.
So-
I got my wits about me then.
Okay.
So Broden is you're in a conference. You're actually in Bernie Madoff's apartment because that's where it happened. And you are telling your son, you're confessing it's all a big lie, the whole company.
Am I like, did you say I was certain that the FBI was on to me?
You kind of know
That they're on to me?
Well, you don't know that the FBI is onto you, but you know that the investors are calling, the market's tightening up, and you're not going to be able to pay everybody. But you're confessing your son. I don't think you think that you're going to be arrested, but your son is the catalyst to get you arrested.
I don't know.
You're completely going to get blindsided. So we'll do one, the conversation that you have, the reaction, and then the day after when you're behind the jail cell and you go to visit him.
You should have prompted this like
You mean he
10
couldn't
minutes
pay
earlier
my bill?
before I had already had
An idea of
a
what?
concept of that I thought this was all bad, that his son had already sold him out.
Oh, okay.
Because then I would have went in completely unbiased.
Yeah.
Because now it changes things. But
Yeah,
I'm
it's
in for
improv.
it. But I'm in for
You
it.
have to be.
Improvisal.
You have to act like your dad's just telling you he killed 30 million people.
This is theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give the
We're
people what they want.
thespians. Let's
Yeah.
do this.
Shut.
It locks up.
Don't ever say that again.
All right.
Thespians. We're in
And
the apartment.
scene.
Come here, boy.
And your name's Adam.
Oh, is it?
Hey, I'm Adam.
You know everything, right?
Why'd you say, come here, boy? Like we're in Louisiana.
Dude, you're my son.
There you just.
I'll call you what I want, boy.
I like how you both sat up.
Yeah, this is serious.
All right.
I'm 60. I smoke.
All right. Restart. Here we go. Come on.
All right.
No getting out of character. And you both sit down. You're on a chair and couch next to each other in a New York apartment. And go.
Nathan, I need you to be police sirens and gunshots. We're in New York.
Jesus. Faint.
Can put it in the. Click it to the
Yeah.
sound bar real quick.
Too loud. Too loud.
What's going on, Pops? You called me in here.
Yeah. Hey. Something's been on my mind the past little while.
Okay.
You better sit down for this.
Sits deep.
Dad, I'm
Really
already sitting
leans
down.
back in his chair.
There's something I've been needing to tell you.
Okay.
And I don't think you're gonna like it. Everything that you think that you do is good sucks.
Why?
The only reason we make money is because I lie to people. I scam them for millions and millions of dollars. And we're filthy rich about it. So don't tell a fucking soul because we can get this scotch free. We can do it, man. And we don't even have to feel bad because these people have other money.
Dad, how do you know that? That's perfect. How do you know? Like these.
How do I know I'm
you're
scamming them?
No, you're scamming all these people. How do you know they're going to be okay? You don't even know these people.
Yeah, that's how I know they're going to be okay. Because I just take their money and I forget about it. I don't give a shit about them. Don't you like making a lot of money?
Well, yeah, but I mean, doesn't this weigh on your conscience at all? I mean,
No, not really.
all right, you're the boss. Yeah, me either, I guess. What are we going to do? I mean,
First of all, it's going to stay between us. We're not going to tell anybody, especially the cops.
what about my brother?
Yeah, I don't know. Let's just say I told you because one of you can think a little bit.
You always had your doubts about you, didn't, right? About him?
Well, yeah.
I never liked him.
I told him this was a computer for marketing software and it's a leapfrog tablet. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not real high on him.
Yeah.
All right, Liam, you
mean-
go away now. Now next day, you turn him in. Broden's behind the bars, grabbing the bars, and you guys are having a conversation through the bars.
Opposite cells.
Yeah. No, you're not in jail.
No, I'm talking.
He's in jail. You're talking to him. You're
Yeah,
there.
you're my
I'm on the
visitor.
phone through
Yeah,
the
we're
glass.
through the glass. Yeah.
I told you.
Dude.
I mean, what did I tell you, Pops? I mean, I said, how could you be so sure this was going to be foolproof? Now look at you.
Yeah, you told the cops. I gave you one thing to not do, and you did exactly that to a T. Nothing's changed. You're
Well-
about as dumb as your brother, actually.
Well, see
That kid eats crayons.
See,
Eh,
That's where you're wrong because
Did you feel that bad about it?
No, because for exchange of the information that I gave to the FBI, they've granted to allow me to keep all of your belongings. So the 7 yachts and 4 mansions and your wife, who is 30 years younger than you, who has been coming on to me for the last 5 years, mine now too. So
That's fine. I was coming on her for more than 5.
And scene. All right.
yeah.
Did you have more to add?
Yeah, that's not my biological mom. I'm going to put that in there.
I'd like that to be
It's
on
fine.
the-
You're not you. You can say whatever you want.
Yeah.
The Madoffs were a bunch of incest.
You're not you when you're hungry.
No.
Have a Snickers.
I'm going to steal the Snickers from this clerksman. Now, I'm going to say, I'm going to come back here tomorrow with 7 Snickers.
Clerksman. Actually, the name.
Like a clergyman.
Clergyman. The clerks.
Clergyman.
Yeah.
Clerks. I'm going to name my first kid that. Clerk.
Clerk Cousins.
Hey, Nathan, while you're up, actually stay back there. I got to piss.
No.
Well, we
Wait,
got a
dude.
peer. All right, we'll get into the rest of Madoff while Liam's going to see a man about a horse. Don't kick the camera, Jim Bob. In 2009, Madoff pled guilty to 11 federal felonies, including securities fraud, wire fraud, and money laundering. Which of those would you want to do the most, probably?
Wire fraud. What was the other one? And money laundering?
Securities fraud, wire fraud, and money laundering.
Which would I be most excited about doing?
Yeah,
Murder. No, probably money laundering.
me too.
I'd love to just have some stupid ass like media business and tell everybody that I'm doing real good. But
start a
reality,
podcast with 3 dudes.
Yeah.
and run all the expenses through it.
exactly.
Yeah.
But no, like what do they call it? Mattress firm? I'd just buy a mattress firm, man. They're all laundering money.
I've always been fascinated by the like legal money laundering, you know?
Is there legal money laundering?
Well, just like tax,
Tax fraud, tax evasion.
you could call it that, but like just sneaky ways around tax, you know? There's one tax rule called the Augusta rule that you can rent out your own personal property, so like your house,
To yourself.
for a company retreat meeting. So you can pay like, and I think it's up to 8 days a year at market rate. So let's say if you were to go rent an Airbnb, it might cost you $500 a night. I can rent out my own house for 8 days, $500, so $4,000, and then just pay myself $4,000. Technically, I'm renting it for a company meeting. But I mean, there are some stipulations to it, but that's the easy way with the rule. It's like the cool ways.
Is that
you can,
if you run a business out of your own home?
No, I think you can't do it if you run a business out of your own home, because I didn't do it. But I know I asked my accountant about it. I was like, what is the Augusta rule? And can we do that? So I'm big into the old loopholes, you could call them. You got to use them, you know?
I mean, loopholes are there for a reason.
They give them to you, use them.
Might as well. It's either I buy something that I actually want or pay someone that I want to, or I give it to the government. And some people are they die on the hill of the government needs that money. And
That's
I'm like,
insane.
If you
government
have
can
been
lick my sack.
Government
you've
does not
been
give a
Bernie
shit.
Madoff. The government is basically a giant Bernie Madoff.
Madoff.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, we're $70 trillion in debt. To who?
That's what I wonder, man. Who do we have to pay?
Just fight them.
I was walking through the airport. I can't remember where it's at, but it's said on the wall, like, our national debt is whatever trillion. Your share is this. And I just laughed. I'm like, my share? I'm not paying anybody anything.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't owe
like
people
your
that
share
much.
is $434,000. It's like, no, it is not.
No. Not paying a cent
That
of
is
that.
your share.
Actually, we are paying cents of that because we get taxed on everything.
Yeah.
But then they give it all away. So
No, I don't even know if they just pay themselves. Yeah, if you believe the government's doing great with your money,
I just don't get, like, who do we owe that money to?
China.
It'll never be at zero.
It's got to be China.
Are there any
Yeah,
punishments for it being at that?
Are there any countries that aren't in debt?
That's a good question. I'm going to say, yeah.
I'd say
Yeah,
Zimbabwe.
probably. I was going to think like UAE. They got so much oil and
Yeah,
dumb shit.
the Saudi royal families.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get that answer, Nathan.
So-
Before we get an answer for the next one, I want to hear your thoughts. Go ahead.
Just on the countries without debt.
Yeah.
Like there's 10 great countries without public debt: Switzerland, Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Czech Republic, Estonia, Singapore, and Taiwan.
Holy shit.
So those Scandinavian
So,
countries.
I just realized something.
all countries that don't reach out.
Oh,
reach out. All countries that don't go to war, it sounds like.
That too.
I just
It doesn't
don't.
even matter if it's our war. You know how much money we've thrown at Ukraine?
Yeah.
We've thrown billions.
I got a good one for you. We've put more money into Ukraine in the last 3.5 years than we did into the war on terrorism in 21 years.
Yeah. Not a political podcast. But
No, that's
political at
a
all.
fact.
That's fact. I want to know your guys' theories. What is our national debt, Nathan? Do you have that on hand?
Get a hard
44
hard
trillion.
number.
I thought it was like 16 when we were in high school.
Yeah, but it's had to
That
have
was a-
skyrocketed.
Yeah, back then.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess
I'm
like
spending a lot
30 trillion.
on credit, so I'm probably onto that for sure.
34 trillion.
34 trillion. Who do we have to pay that to? Is my first question. And
China,
Look that up.
the
Follow that
UAE.
what are we paying it for? For what? Like them making our goods?
Maybe.
So
Oil?
I watched a video. I think it was Dave Ramsey or something.
Watch a
stupid.
video.
I think I saw that same one.
But yeah, so it's like the U.S. issues bonds. Give us $10 right now. In 20 years, we'll give you $15.
Yeah.
Ponzi scheme.
Wait, is the U.S. in
It
debt
is.
to its
That's
own?
It is.
Ponzi, dude.
No, the U.S. is a Ponzi scheme because that's how it works. Because it's like we're gonna take your $10 and do stuff with it, and then we'll make. They're not making the extra $5.
The U.S. is in
But they're
debt to
not
its
paying-
own people.
So
But
That's why
when
we
it's-
get taxed.
when it's time to pay,
how? We're paying, they owe us the money and we have to pay us our own money
That's what
back?
I'm saying. Is we're giving them all this money, and we just
Holy
keep giving them more.
Easton.
Brain is fried.
So
He's only talking to you. Let's
they
have a
sell you
conversation
a
too.
bond for
Yeah. He's explaining
because
to me
that's
more.
the whole thing. That's because people in the higher ups finally discovered this, and they're like, we could just charge these 10 villagers like another loaf of bread, and it'd be cool.
He's got something.
Yeah, I'm still going.
Well, I thought you were just talking to him.
Well, I could talk to you guys, but I'm trying.
He's
to
explaining to me because
We-
I'm the one that's
Yeah.
fucking looking at the ceiling. Like, I don't know what's going on.
So they issue you the bond for $10, and then in 20 years you come back to the government and you say, "Hey, here's the bond. Pay me the $20."
Yep.
The government goes, "Oh shit, we haven't done anything, so we need to sell more bonds," and then like foreign entities buy the bonds
Oh.
so the government can pay you.
So really the foreign entities are falling into our trap.
So
It's
what I'm getting
kind of
at here.
there.
So we are the U.S. government is Bernie Madoff. And
What
the
did I
foreign
say?
countries are its investors.
Yeah, and when Bernie Madoff
And-
does
and-
it, bad.
But when when Bernie Madoff does it, you go to prison for how long? 105 years.
150.
When the U.S. does it, nothing. That's what I'm saying. We need to find these people. We need to get rid of them.
Look up, you know what? Just for the sake of
I'm boiling right now, man. I'm ready to fight a congressman. I'm ready to go, dude.
not a political podcast
Anyone
at
know
all.
a congressman? who
yeah,
could line this up.
I have to. One of them.
I wonder if
I'll
you
pick
fought a
Nancy
40-year-old
Pelosi. I could beat the shit out of Nancy Pelosi.
Oh my god.
Nathan, look up.
Look up Nancy Pelosi.
Pull it up right now. Not a political podcast. How much money have we sent to Ukraine in total?
Not a political podcast.
40 some billion.
I'd say that's a pretty good number.
But I'm sure there are reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we try to keep Russia, not getting too
Contained.
far out.
We can't let them get too big.
Yeah,
Sure,
exactly.
I get that. But why
And
are we?
with Ukraine? Ukraine's got a lot of nuclear warheads, and we don't want them to have control over all those. Blah blah.
I think if we send over that Zenday guy that's saying chocolate rain, that could cure the peace.
So it's broken down into a lot of like humanitarian needs, financial security.
We just want a
Total.
total.
The total is 75.4 billion.
Holy
75.4 billion. Now I just listened to a podcast with Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Joe Rogan. And when almost all of Hawaii burned down, our own state for the United States, they gave every citizen there a one-time payment of $700.
Oh, it's like a stimulus, COVID stimulus.
Yeah. Sorry you lost everything.
What's the population of Hawaii?
I'd say like 3.1 million.
They only have like 4 electoral votes, so it's barely over 1 million.
Yeah, it's not much. But
It might be 2 million.
But to
That's
put
a
it,
great way to judge population. If you don't know the population, think about their electoral votes, because I don't know that
for
either.
sure.
I don't. Yeah, and now I also don't know again.
No, I have 2 things I don't know. Population.
Well,
and
I
the
just
number
know
of
that
electoral
I
votes.
think it's about 3 votes per like 1.2 million. And then if you're lower than that, you just get 3 anyways.
Dude, you know what's awesome? I'm gonna start asking that instead of like, hey, what's the population of Minnesota? I'm like, how many electoral votes does Minnesota have?
So I think
What?
Well, because I can see the electoral map right now when I'm thinking about it.
You're
and then I look
sick.
at Hawaii.
It's
and-
like I don't want to
You're
know population
sick, dude.
density. I want to know like how many votes it matters in a presidential race. That's what I tell people. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
how many?
Lost me.
Yeah.
Lost me so fast.
Sorry, man. I think about shit weird. I think it's because I'm like partially
So
like
have you
autistic.
done that? Well, partially.
Not full.
Have you
Definitely not
done-
full because I can talk to you guys.
Have you done that before, like in everyday life outside of the podcast? Thought about population electoral votes outside of the presidential election?
For sure. Why else would I know this?
That's actually so funny to me.
Yeah.
So funny.
Dude,
That's
you've
awesome.
known me for like 20 years.
I know, but it's just the only time I've ever thought about the electoral college is from probably
Every 4 years.
Every 4 years from July to November.
Yeah.
That's about all.
I'll say I think about it
More
once
than the Roman
once
Empire.
a month at least.
You
at
think about the electoral college once a month?
for sure.
No fucking way.
Dude,
Stop.
I think about.
No way.
I don't stop thinking about shit. There's always some,
especially like what comes into play to get,
and especially
to
now
get a
that we've
president of
done
the White
this.
House.
Now that we started doing this podcast, like I rack my brain all the time
you
about
think.
stuff because then it's like, what can I remember that I'm going to say on this podcast? And both those two are going to have poop in their socks by the time I'm done.
I started with my socks.
You lost me on that, except for that thing that I was telling you about on the drive over here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Let's leave
Leave everyone in.
let's leave everyone in the dark with an inside joke.
No,
That
we were
leads-
talking about
Just cool. thing.
neuroscience and
cool.
sleep.
Yeah.
He was watching some dude talk on a podcast about it and brought it up to me.
Dr. Andrew Huberman.
Yeah.
So
And then I said, is he
Huberman laughed.
British? And he goes, he went to Stanford.
He works at Stanford.
Does he?
Yeah, he's a professor at Stanford.
Okay, he could still be British and do both of those things. These are not mutually exclusive.
That was the joke. But the really cool thing that I heard, so I'm listening to his podcast, and so I just started on way back episode 1. I skipped over to listen to that one, got on episode 2 today. But he's talking
He
about
has like a lot of episodes. You started at episode 1.
Yeah.
That's a daunting task, and I commend you for it.
I mean, he's only been doing it for like a couple of years.
Yeah.
If you ask me to start on Rogan's podcast, that's a daunting task to me.
well, that's
Doesn't he have like 2,000?
2,200
Yeah.
episodes. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I think if
We're
I could,
getting there.
and Huberman's episodes are much shorter too.
Yeah.
But regardless,
So you're going to start at 1. I was going to say, listen to the Goggins one he put out like a month ago.
I saw that
man.
one on there. Yeah, and I want to really listen
It's
to
really
that.
good.
But he's talking about how neuroscience works inside your body with your nervous system and your brain and everything like that, and everything's connected. So when you experience deja vu, like
Time travel.
everyone's done it, but you're not reliving the thing that's happened, because inside your body and nervous system and brain, everything is only saved and experienced through electricity, the firing of these synapses. And there's so many that each firing of a synapse has its entirely unique pattern. So when you experience deja vu,
You ever
it's,
see the smirk and realize it's like I'm about to lose him?
yeah, that,
Yeah.
you
I'm
do
like,
that to me a lot.
Yeah. Now you know what it means when I go, yeah, I'm
Do
losing.
you know what a
Why?
synapse is?
Do you understand
Because
what I'm
you
saying?
started saying like individual. I did for a little bit, and then you
Where
said
the- where the-
synapses and individually firing.
do you
and
know
I'm
what
like,
a
I'm not gonna be
synapse
able to
is?
connect this. No.
is a connection of neurons. A neuron is a brain cell.
Yeah.
So the connection of your brain cells.
So I like know
is
that, but the reason I
done
was smirking
through-
is because I'm like, whatever's coming next.
I'm about to
gonna
do a
lose it.
yes and right now.
Okay. So
I'm thinking ahead.
Yeah.
okay.
How am I gonna? Yeah.
Imagine this. So you see this rug, how they each have little fibers on them. There's
Yeah.
a little one.
They're
So
like little hairs.
yeah, one of those and one of those next to each other those are a synapse,
Okay.
and it takes an electrical current to connect them.
Yeah.
So imagine those, and they fill up your entire house, every single square centimeter.
Yep.
All over your house.
The house is
and-
my brain.
Yeah, covered by this rug, and those synapses, which
Each one has its own fingerprint.
encompass your
Yeah.
entire brain. So when you experience deja vu, it's not like, oh, I've turned this handle before.
Yeah.
It's you have turned a handle before, but not that door handle.
So your synapses are hitting at the same point where it's like this.
It's so similar that it makes you feel like you've experienced it before, but you can't quite remember what it was because you don't remember the memory of it happening. It's just
a similarity.
those synapses. Yeah. And that's deja vu.
It's amazing that sometimes we talk, Liam, and I'm like, this is the dumbest person I've ever met. And then other times you
Yeah.
say stuff like this and you recite what a Stanford professor says.
He's got full comprehension of stuff.
Yeah.
But it's just, does he care about it? Then yeah,
If he
you'll
doesn't,
get a really good comprehension of it. But if he doesn't give a shit about it, then you can expect nada.
Yeah. It's like,
Which is honestly a
So-
good trait to have.
yeah, you're
Important
so
shit.
polarized, Liam.
Yeah,
It's great.
extremely.
Which is awesome.
Extremely.
Because there's no like medium knowledge of anything. It's just, yeah, I'm pretty good at this or retarded.
Hey, if it's worth knowing, it's worth knowing well. That's what I always told myself.
But it's always like when that goes back to too, like Broden remembering all this shit. Where like we look at him and we're like, how do you remember that?
Yeah.
But it's just something even so minute, it interests him,
Yeah.
and so he remembered it. And it's like this stuff I do find interesting because it's how we live our daily lives every single day.
And you don't
I mean,
even realize it.
all of his
Yeah.
episodes that he does on sleep, like stuff like that. I mean, yeah, and you don't even realize it unless you actively think.
You have
about
to
it, like,
just like trigger it.
yeah, like and then he starts talking about like neuroplasticity, and at such a young age.
You can see it now, can't you?
So
I immediately
I
go,
knew I'd get you with that one.
What do you mean see it?
Because he goes, because he goes neuroplasticity and he looks over at me and I immediately go, and then I did my own.
What do you mean? There was no pause between that. He said neuroplasticity
He saw it
I knew
before.
and there
I
was
was setting
piss
you
in
up
your
for it.
pants.
Yeah,
He saw it before.
It was like a trigger. It was like a neuron. He said that word, there's pee in your
It's
pants.
a synapses or
Anytime you want Easton to piss his pants, say whatever word you said.
no, it's just you have to get into the flow of the conversation where Liam.
Oh, that
starts
was
to pull
flowing.
things out.
I have to
It was
slowly
flowing.
like break it a little bit farther down until you understand what I'm getting at. Because I listened to it for 6 hours today, so I get it.
Yeah.
But you weren't there for the episodes.
Yeah, so Ponzi schemes.
I'll be filming at Stanford next week, so maybe
No,
I'll
you
listen to
won't.
him. Dead serious.
If you see him, tell him I'm a big fan of his work.
I'll say you're not gonna believe what my buddy recited on our podcast last week.
You know how happy that'd probably make him?
He'd be like, "What do you mean?" I'd be like, "So I have a rug, okay?"
Take a step back.
Yeah.
But now I have
This
a
is gonna
rug
be a lot for you to
everywhere.
I'm like,
understand,
the
Mr.
rug is
Huberman.
like a Mr. Huberman.
Doctor.
Yeah, Dr. Huberman. I'd be like, so there's a bunch of little hairs on my rug, and then I'd start there.
That would honestly.
I'm a
probably-
fan of explaining things in relatable terms like that, you know? Just like
Yeah.
what I tried to do with the cereal, you know? Because I was thinking, I'm
That's
like,
the only
it
way that
worked.
you can get people to understand. It's like someone who only, I don't know, like plays hockey or something.
We used to have
Like,
a
you try to
teacher.
do it in hockey terms.
yeah,
We used to have a teacher, Mr. Layman.
yeah,
That's why
Ironic
they call it
name.
layman's terms.
yeah. He started that.
Yeah.
Genius.
Yeah.
He was so dumb. No, he wasn't dumb. He was actually really smart.
I think it's a skill to have to be able to explain things like that.
It
though.
is. No, because they talk about like you can understand a lot of things, but to actually be able to teach them, your understanding has to go so much deeper because you're able to
Yeah.
relate it in other ways.
There's a
Yeah.
there's a book I read, Never Split the Difference. We're getting so philosophical.
It doesn't matter how you said that
You know it's coming.
because you understood it and we understood it.
There's a book I read, Never Split the Difference, and he talks about he's like, you don't just read it to read it and get the information. You have to read it enough until you can teach it to somebody else. So that's when you actually know something.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, I was going to say one other thing too. Can't remember.
Was this something about neuroplasticity?
Yeah. That's thanks for jogging my memory. I wonder where that comes from. Jogging my memory. We were going to do an episode on idioms.
Poker.
You know what? You know when
Where
it's
does
called
that come from?
when you hang noodles on somebody's ear?
What?
Yeah, it means you're like lying to them. Like, I don't want to hang noodles on your ear.
I've never heard that.
Yeah. Apparently that's what it is.
They used to do
I have
that
a whole hang noodles on people's ears.
in Japan.
What specifically?
Well, obviously.
Jogging
we're
your
not doing
memory.
it.
Where does it come from?
Western civilization. Where you weren't.
What?
You were talking.
No, I was talking to Nathan.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. I said, obviously they don't do that in Western civilization.
Oh God, no! They used to fight with swords in Japan. Come on.
I have a whole note sheet on my phone of idioms and sayings like that.
Broden.
Yeah.
Closest thing I could find is it's from the word jag. And jag means to like poke something to get a reaction. So it's like jag me until I remember. Like
Yeah.
And then just turned it into
so
jog.
Jog my memory.
You want to jag now or jag later, baby?
So you could
yeah.
probably say like jag my memory for me real quick.
A lot of vagina.
Mole.
Oh.
Moly. I do recognize the irony that I myself am a mole and I have a giant mole on my face.
Yeah.
Don't remember that scene? All right.
I
All right. Let's, so you sentence 150 years, maximum sentence allowed. I think those prison sentences are so funny, dude. 150 years.
Yeah. Just say life.
Do you know why that is?
Because somebody once like kind of pass away and then came back. And then they argued that their life sentence was over.
No, it's
Or no,
because
isn't it for each?
yeah, for
each
each
thing,
crime you
it just
do, they
accumulates.
so each
remember.
whatever. Let's say you kill
10 people.
30 people. Yeah, 10 people. You're going to serve 10 life sentences because each family can have justice, basically. I guess. Just
So
to
this
pay
sentence
homage.
like, well, that's our life sentence. Mrs. Johnson's life sentence is right there.
Liam, I'm about 90% sure I told you that on this podcast before.
What?
That is,
I'm pretty sure you did
yeah,
too.
consecutive life sentences
Yeah.
is for each victim having their own.
Well, when you do it 75
Yeah, really.
weeks, we're bound to overlap, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really serving them justice here.
I think they should do funnier punishments.
I think you should start killing their family members. Retaliation. Little eye for an eye type deal.
I like the old eye for an eye trick. That
How
was
about
also
we
not
get
Western.
every
He killed
family
your
member-
brother?
Yeah, if he killed, how about you all get into a boxing ring? 10 versus 1.
Oh,
Tell
how
your-
about
Tell Mike Tyson's the one that killed
how
your
about
brother.
you make him kill his own brother?
Yeah. Yikes.
Bad week to be a sperm donor.
What?
Mm. Wait.
You're a sperm donor. Somebody else has your kid. The kid ends up killing 75 people and like, driving through a marathon. And then all of a sudden, like you just get a letter in the mail, be like, yeah, you're actually summoned to court.
Then you have paperwork
You gotta
saying
go
that
fight
you
this
just
guy.
jerked off in the
You gotta
tub.
fight this guy. Sorry,
In a
he's your son.
tub. So big. But no, I'm just saying, I think they should do funnier punishments. Like, obviously not for murder. If you murder someone, like, go to jail.
Kill him
But
funny.
like other stuff, instead of like sentencing someone to like 3 years for like, I don't know, theft or something,
Yeah.
to embarrass them.
yeah.
Dude, just like they used to do. It's like one of the
Tar
first-
and feather him.
first couple
That hurts,
episodes
though.
of that show Vikings.
Yeah, but it's supposed to hurt a little bit.
I suppose.
Yeah, somebody got caught stealing, and so they made him
They
run
cut
through
off
the
his
middle.
hand. Oh.
No, they made him run. That's like Saudi Arabian shit.
Yeah.
Those people are so.
We were getting close to Patreon right there. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
But
You're doing this like there's a Saudi Arabian in the corner of the room.
I actually, you know what? I retract that statement because I mean, if someone was caught stealing like something like important, I'd say, yeah, you chop off his hand.
Exactly.
Yeah, never let him do it again.
Yeah.
But no, that first episode of Vikings, like someone was caught stealing, they made him run through the village and everyone threw rocks at him. Or, like,
Yeah.
like just threw and
So
like
that's
that was
fun.
and then that was it. And then he was done and it hurt a lot. And then
Yeah.
So what's the correct punishment for Bernie Madoff if we're going to punish him this style?
This style.
waterboarding.
Like you put something on him that makes him itchy for like 4 weeks.
Get him a fleece sweater for 4 weeks. No shirt underneath.
Full fleece.
He's got to walk around nonstop, no breaks, with a pebble in each shoe.
Oh God, see that would suck too.
I would say since he stole so many monies from people, so much monies, for the rest of his life, every year he has to do the Salvation Army ring the bell for donations outside of Best Buy.
I'll do you one better. He has to be Santa Claus at the mall for pictures.
Oof. I wouldn't let that pudwhacker, whatever you called him.
Yeah. I think like
He could, yeah.
like for a minor offense.
That couldn't be punishment for him, I don't think.
What
It'd
would
be
you do
more like a gambling enjoyment.
Yeah.
Enjoyment.
What would you do for like a minor offense? So like if someone had to serve like 7 months.
Oh, yeah. Like,
I mean, I think it depends on the charge.
give me a crime that you think is minor, and
I'm
I'll
not
give
good
you a
at assault.
punishment. What kind of assault? Like, who are you assaulting?
Your friend
Yeah.
at a bar.
Okay.
I'd say he has to go on 3 episodes of Bully Beatdown.
I'd say he has to paint his fingernails for every gathering he goes to for a year.
That is some embarrassment. I don't know. And I don't know. Today,
It's like I beat
you
up my
could-
friend at a bar, so now I have to do
People
I gotta
will
paint my
fully
nails.
support that.
So now it's
now,
hot
so.
pink when I go to hit you now.
Yeah.
No, I like that.
You have to cut off all
he's
the
gotta
sleeves
fight.
off your sweatshirts.
He's got to fight.
UFC fellas.
He's got to fight professional fighters
Yeah.
until he lasts around, I guess.
Yeah.
Or makes
I
it
don't know.
through.
Then he leaves with confidence if he actually makes it through the round. Then he's just going to do it again.
You know how many rounds he would get his shit kicked in before he through a whole fight. He's got to
then he
not
goes-
get knocked out.
Yeah, then he goes, maybe I'm getting the hang of this. I can't wait to get out of here and beat
See,
my
you
friend
guys are
again.
doing quick ones. Like this is a 7-minute punishment. I want something that it's.
Oh no,
gonna
I'm talking
take a
about he's going to
year.
fight once a week.
Like it's agony. You gotta like
Okay.
It sounds agonizing taking a
Yeah.
shin kick from Strickland.
Yeah, but that's like 25 minutes. One fight. I got to get.
Yeah, but your
fight.
shin's
In the
going to
fight-
hurt for a month.
Yeah.
I get that, but a 7th-month punishment. I think there should be something happen for at least 7 months.
Yeah.
Imagine
Gets the shit kicked out
Dude,
of him.
if you get knocked out
I
one
know.
punch by a UFC, you're not fighting again tomorrow.
no,
but I
you're
don't
eating
think-
a cheeseburger through a straw.
But I
for
think
a few weeks.
I think you're gonna be. I think you're gonna get hit so hard that you're gonna get knocked
Yeah, but
out.
the punishment fits the crime. You
and
see
then
what I
you get
mean?
to
not
do it
like-
again next week.
well,
The
that wasn't
punishment
mentioned at
fits
first.
the crime. He likes to punch Liam. You like to punch Liam. I'm gonna let Conor McGregor punch you
But if
once
it's
a week until you can.
But I think that's
somehow
different.
not have him punch.
I
you.
think if I go punch a woman at a Walmart,
then women
then
get
I would
to
do
punch
that.
you.
But if I go get in a bar fight with my friend and he somehow gets a bloody nose and then presses charges,
then I
I'm
think
like,
I think your friend should get punished.
I think if he's your
Like,
friend,
has to
you
wear a
probably
kilt.
wouldn't punch him to break his nose.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah, no, if you go beat up women, people get to beat the shit out of you for another
yeah.
like
But
year.
like the minor
Pinata,
crimes. What
2
if it's like
years.
petty theft?
petty theft.
Like you stole like $78 worth from a Walmart.
You
The
have to-
government
for-
the cops take your phone, you got to go buy a new one.
For 2 years.
And
you
they
have
won't
to-
transfer your contacts.
anytime you want to go to the store to buy something, you have to wear Hulk hands.
See, that's
So
good.
You have to have these
Yeah.
giant, with no mobilization of your fingers at all.
Yeah. You have to wear gloves for shoes and shoes for gloves
Sure.
all the time.
They already they do make shoes like that though.
Yeah. You have to wear Hulk hands.
I
That's
like
good.
that.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
giant fists.
A rope necklace. Just like a regular necklace.
But rope?
Yeah, people
That's
do
That's a
that.
very minor crime.
People already.
Yeah, that's like a slap on the wrist crime. And I'm thinking, I'm like rope, like a thick rope that you'd pull someone out of a ditch.
It's like abrasive.
yeah, and it's like woolly.
Yeah.
What's the word?
Doesn't feel good.
Fibery.
Ooh, yeah.
Scratchy,
Like the really,
you know?
Yeah, the
That's
really
like you're
prickly
always gonna be
ones.
like, God, fuck.
Yeah, I know which one. I know
Yeah.
exactly which one you're talking about.
Yeah, I think that'd suck. Or you have to do a cul-de-sac haircut for like 4 or 5 months.
No hats.
Yeah.
Yeah, no hats. Just that in general would be a bad punishment.
Theft. You have to. Your wallet is now a full size ATM. Anytime you
on
want
wheels. You
no
have to
wheels.
drag it with
nope,
you.
no wheels. You have to
I would go
basically
anywhere.
drag it or carry it.
Oh gosh.
I'm liking this. The
Yeah.
board is really
See,
coming around.
Yeah, the board's big on this.
get us in law enforcement.
We could be a utopia.
The giver.
Instead of handcuffs, you have just like the monkey backpacks with like the chains on them, or like
Oh,
see like a bunch of kids
The leash?
walking. Yeah.
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 Yeah, like you don't get put in handcuffs, you get the monkey backpack with the leash.
God.
What else we got on here? I mean, I had a couple more, but nothing's as big as Bernie Madoff. What do we have for time, Nathan?
Hour and a half.
Hour and a half. All right, so we can let's wrap this up with some fun facts. That was a nice little pop of the chair there.
What?
The Eiffel Tower sale, one of the most audacious scams that resembled a Ponzi scheme, was conducted by Victor Lustig, who sold the Eiffel Tower twice. He convinced investors he was a government official and that the tower was being sold for scrap metal. He took their money and fled.
What year was this?
I don't have that. Nathan, you want to look that up? The
Had to
Eiffel
be
Tower.
had to be
if this
1900 and 1930. Dude.
I was gonna,
Most
if it was
gullible-
before 19 or if it was after 1950, this guy deserves to be a leader of a country.
I think, yeah. Hand it over.
That's insane.
who gets a letter in the mail saying we will
well, the
sell
Eiffel
you-
Tower was built in like 1850, so
1925.
Right in the sweet spot. Yeah.
still pretty impressive.
You wonder why the Great Depression happened.
Yeah, weird.
They didn't know what they were doing at all.
It's kind of like when Daniel Tosh jokes about slavery, when he's like, "They're better than us at everything." So it's kind of neat that we pulled it off.
Yeah, I remember.
It's like one of those type deals
Yeah.
where
It's true.
good for him.
We shouldn't have gotten away with it.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's like, but we
Shouldn't
did.
have.
Yeah. Cryptocurrency and Ponzi schemes. With the rise of cryptocurrencies, Ponzi schemes have been found a new avenue. One of the most infamous crypto Ponzi. I got my mic cut there. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
You're still good.
Okay, you can
It's
hear
your
me.
headphones, yeah.
One of the most infamous crypto Ponzi schemes was BitConnect, which promised huge returns to investors and ended up costing them billions when it collapsed. Were you pointing at me because you've heard of BitConnect? or
I'm
no?
seeing it on Facebook now. Some guy that I'm friends with got hacked, and it's the most like terribly crudely photoshopped pictures of like an incredibly happy family holding up a sign that says like it was like the original pictures like we love our new dog, and it's just photoshopped. Thank you, this name,
Yeah.
for making me $749,000 in Bitcoin. Like I will invest with you again. I can't wait. And
Yeah.
it's just like it's just a generic paragraph every time.
It's old
Like,
people, man.
It's
They fall for shit like that.
it's insane.
They just, yeah.
I mean, if you
ridiculous.
can get 1 million old people to give you $500, then
You get 1 million old people to give you $1.
it's true.
You're set.
Dude, imagine
You have $1 million.
imagine you just post a video online. You say, if 1 million people Venmo me $1 right now, my life.
People
will
have done
change.
that.
Yeah.
I've seen videos like that many times before where they're like, if just 50,000 people Venmoed me $1, I could pay off my brother's hospital bill right now.
Yeah.
And then they do it. And it's like,
Fun.
And then they go pay it off in
man,
a
I don't even
Lamborghini.
have a brother. Yeah. It's,
Yeah, they go, thanks
I wanna
everybody.
try it.
my brother actually died. So
I should try it. I want to
Yours
try
did?
it. What would I want? What
No,
What would
you
we
can't die.
want?
Oh, say.
If 250 people Venmo us $1, we can get our producer a microphone that isn't hanging above his head. We won't, but we could do it.
if everybody
Or we
who
could
is
just sell
listening to
that
us,
one and we could keep the profit.
Can
No,
I
no.
get a pair of headphones like you guys
wait,
too?
you want to sell that
Yours are
one
probably
as in
nicer.
the microphone or the producer?
Which one would
if 250
benefit
people
us?
Venmo us, we will sell our producer. Last one I got here: insurance against fraud.
We
After the
love you, Nathan.
Madoff scandal,
Let me in there.
some insurance companies started offering Ponzi insurance to investment firms, designed to protect them if a manager absconds with their funds. This reflects how deeply the fear of such schemes has permeated through the investment world.
What if some guy came up to you and is like, hey, I can insure you against Ponzi schemes and you'll get a discount if you go and tell 3 of your other friends about the service?
He throws them into his own Ponzi scheme.
Yeah.
And by the way, this is not a Ponzi scheme. That's one thing I saw in marketing is that in this. Did you just do that again, or was that Nathan? Oh,
This cat over here.
This cat. Crazy cat.
It wasn't me the first time.
But no, the whole thing with this BitConnect is that they would hold these giant conferences and say BitConnect is the next big cryptocurrency, and then at the very end they'd say, and this is not a scam. They would say it's not a scam.
Yeah.
Because apparently if you say something's not a scam, they're more likely to believe that it's literally not a scam. So that's what they said. And then the lady that started it took everyone's money and disappeared.
Yeah.
If you end your little ceremony with this is not a scam.
Yeah, I would say.
I'm gonna walk
why
away
did
going,
you say that?
is this a scam?
Yeah, I'd say interesting that you would throw that right at the end there.
That is the only thing
Such
I'm
a
gonna think
scam.
about
Yeah.
now.
Why did you say that?
Is this a scam?
Yeah.
Hold on, I didn't go in thinking this, but now I'm kind of thinking this.
Why did she leave that for the last thing ever?
Well,
And
I don't think it was her last thing, but
it's on her tombstone. Is this a scam? Or no, this is not.
I'm so curious. Am I getting scammed actively?
I'll do it anyway.
Is this an active scam I'm in?
What's going on here?
Yeah, am I getting schemed?
Who's scheming
What if she's
back
like,
here?
this is not a scheme? That's awesome.
Good enough for me. Cool.
All right, good episode, boys.
Oh man, that was
Episode
awesome.
75, the Ponzi schemes.
3/4 century, man.
Dude,
We've been doing this for 75 years.
episodes.
Oh yeah.
Found the youth, apparently.
Imagine one episode a year.
Oh man,
We'd have to
Could
make
that
it good.
be? Yeah. Could that be like?
it'd be like a 10-hour
That'd be
episode.
nuts.
It's a 52-hour episode. For 1 hour a week for a year. It's 52 hours straight. Can you imagine we do that?
That'd actually be.
And we just waited to release it.
That'd be kind of tough.
We'd have
God,
to,
how long we should do for 100 episode? Let's block off a whole Saturday.
Film
Come up
all
with
day.
10 topics and just keep ripping through them. See how long we could sit in here for.
So in
I'd be
20
down for that.
When is
I'd be
25
so
weeks from
down
now?
for that.
25 weeks is
It's-
this summer.
Okay.
Tough, but could be done.
We could do it. A
Definitely
Saturday
could be
we
done.
could do it.
That's awesome.
Well,
That
that's
would
just-
actually be so fun.
leave a
100
comment or
100th
whatever.
episode's 11 hours.
If you see
Well,
us in the
have you-
street, let us know if that's a good idea. A 10-hour episode for the 100th episode.
Have you seen on Spotify, like on podcast episodes, they have them segmented?
Yep.
Are you able to do that? If you were to
Yeah, I
segment
could-
each episode,
Like the
title?
would they be different episodes? I think we'd post it as a 10-hour episode. We could
Yeah.
put in the comments like our 2 minute and 30 second is this topic.
No, but like when I was listening to Huberman's podcast today, like it was his hour and a half long episode, but then like this 15-minute block of what he was talking about was
You guys
segmented.
finish up.
And then the next 20 minute of whatever he was talking about was like a
Good night.
title of that, like a subheading.
we have to beat 153
Yeah.
hours. That's the longest
153
podcast ever
hours.
recorded.
If you don't move, my wiener's gonna split open like a
All right, Broden's out of here. So that's episode 75.
Yeah, we're calling it good.
We'll get the 11-hour episode rocking. Thank you guys for listening, watching, comment, leave some love, do whatever you want.
Please.
See you guys next week for episode 76.